What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is Saturday, January 31st, and it is the first Sound Off Saturday of the year. It is the last day of the month, and it's the first Sound Off Saturday of the year. In case y'all are new to the channel and don't know what Sound Off Saturday is, that is basically the last Saturday of every month that I allow people to come up and just talk about whatever. I try to keep it condensed to probably about an hour. And the only rule that I have is that you are only allowed a 2 sound off limit. It could be about anything. It's not a structured live stream like I do with the weekly recap. So we're talking about specific topics. But shout out to those who are here right now in the chat. Shout out to all the members, all the mods, everybody in the Discord, everybody over there on Patreon. I'm glad that you all are here. So I'm going to go ahead now and just drop the link in the chat. If anyone would like to come up, feel free to hit the link. And we'll go ahead and get this thing started. Like I said, I'm only going to keep it going for about an hour or for as how many people come up. So like I said, the link is right there in the chat. If anyone would like to come up and speak, feel free to go and hit the link. Like I said, this is not a structured stream. We just talk about whatever. But like I said, it is a 2 sound off limit. All right. Got a couple people that have already come up. Of course, Wallow, what's going on?
What's going on, Torian? What's going on, everybody in the chat? By the way, everybody, it is snow. It just started to snow, so I am in the house and I am warm. I don't. Excuse me. What's the first topic I really want to talk about? Oh yeah, let's talk about Minnesota for a little bit. Now, I don't know if you ever gonna do a live about this, Torian, or not, but have you noticed with this whole Minnesota thing with the two PC people? You notice that a lot of the people online went in on Renee Good more than they went in on Alex. Did you notice that?
I saw them going in on like both of them, honestly.
I saw them going in on, but it wasn't like as like it was more so on the woman more than the man. So that was just what I saw. Now I don't know if anybody else saw the same thing, but it wasn't like they wasn't going in on him, more so on her. I just feel like this ain't just the tip of the iceberg. I think I'm not trying to have a premonition or nothing. You already seen they take out the white PC woman and the white PC man. Who you think is going to be next? I'm just gonna leave it right there. That's all I'm gonna say. Because sometimes it's like a trickle effect. It happens to one person, then that person. Could it happen? I hope it don't. I really hope it don't. But with the stuff that goes on, it's been going on. Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to be these damn folks out here. 'Cause these folks crazy, man.
Who do
And
you like? Tell me, who do you think?
what do you mean, like, excuse me, talking about like the next person? It could be a young person.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm being serious. It was a woman. It could be an elderly person too. I'm not saying it couldn't be an elderly person, but I just think the young, because we how many times we seen our young people get hemmed up by federal agents? It's only a matter of time one of theirs get hemmed up by federal agents too. It's only a matter of time, and when that happens, I really want to see what they gonna do. I really want to see what they gonna do because that's just gonna have my popcorn ready. Like, okay, what y'all gonna do? And I do hope everybody that's living up there, please be safe and stay your ass inside. I don't know why you going out there protesting in 0-degree weather. Did you hear about this happened in my city? Did you hear about what happened with the whole Mr. Beast fiasco thing?
No.
Okay, so if anybody else didn't hear about it, so Mr. Beast had a contest thing, like I don't know, some contest thing in the old grocery store that used to be in the hood. It used to be called Food Pride. So it was in the hood, and people was questioning it because it was like a contest thing that he had going on, and people was upset that they had like rules and regulations, and they were doing background checks, and people were like, "Wait a minute, why are you doing background checks and people in the hood?" Which it was black people in the actual thing. I did see some people on my personal Facebook, saying it was in there and stuff like that. but people was like, it was people like, why is you doing this in the hood? And it was other, PC people like, why is he in the hood anyway? He don't need to be over there. He need to be, somewhere not in that area. You know how folks are. People gonna complain regardless. But I was wondering if you ever heard about that or not. Cause it was a lot of backlash from people talking about why was he there? Why was he doing this, that, and the third? So I was just wondering if you had heard about that or not.
No, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, okay. That's all. That's all, Tori. I hope y'all stay warm, be safe, be warm. I'm getting out of here.
Shout out to Waller for coming up and kicking everything off. Let's see, who do we have next? Oh, you already know what time it is.
Heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
What's going on, Miss?
Good morning, Torian and family in the chat. Can you hear me, baby?
I can hear you.
Well, I tell you what, this damn deep freeze that the East Coast is under.
Mm-hmm.
I was off all last week and Monday and Tuesday of this week. I work Wednesday through Friday this week. Where I work, I'm right off the river, Kanawha River. With these freezing temperatures, I had to sit in my office with my skull cap and my hoodie and my gloves, sitting on top of the damn space heater because there is no heat or AC in the area I work, because I work in logistics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, now I done went through my 4 short notice paid days that took 4 of my vacation days. I'm at 21 for the rest of the year, all in fucking January because of the damn weather.
Yeah,
But I'm glad.
It's terrible. The streets are bad. Like the street, like where I'm at, the streets are still bad. Like in the parking lots, you can barely see the lines because it's still ice that's covering it. Basically, it's going to have to be a thing. That ice is going to be there for another couple weeks because it's so cold. The weather's going to have to break and get to a warm temperature in order for it to start melting. And when I say melt, I mean like melting to the point where it doesn't refreeze back up overnight.
That means we got to get up in the 40s, 50s for that to happen.
And that's not happening until March.
Yeah. So anyway, starting tonight at 7 o'clock here in West Virginia into Sunday morning, below 10 degrees. I've been dripping my cold water faucet for almost 2 weeks now.
Wow.
Yeah. West Virginia is a mixed bag. I now live in the valley, so the storm last week, they had called for up to 10.5 inches. No, we messed around and got that freaking wintry mix with the sleet, freezing rain, and the ice. I'd rather deal with snow than ice.
Exactly. We got the same thing.
Oh, God. And I was checking out the lines and I was praying the whole time. I said, Lord, please don't let me lose power. I just got my brand new furnace, which is working like a champ. It's so quiet, Torian. One of them efficiency gas furnaces. It's nice and toasty in my house.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. So, anywho, this month thus far, the one word I have for everything, and I mean everything that has happened thus far, fuck shit. That's what it is. It's fuck shit. And boy, these people want black folks out in them streets so bad. Family, we may not all be college educated, but we all got common sense. Stay your ass out them streets. Not our fight, not our concern. Power tools, family. B1.
B1. Shout out to Miss Nisi for coming up. And before I bring up the next person, shout out to Watts TV for the $4.99 super chat. He said, just use that clip. Just use your clip of that Myron video in my vid. So glad you pointed that hypocritical shit out. I appreciate it. I'm assuming it's the one that I did about his uncle. I'm assuming it's that one. So I'm gonna have to go and watch the video to see which part of the clip you used in that video. But shout out to you. I appreciate the super chat. All right, next up we got Joseph. What's going on?
Salute, Tarian. Salute to the chat room. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I believe Wallow J and Nisi set the tone, the aftermath of this snowstorm,
Mm-hmm.
and the terrible job the plows did.
Yeah, like I said, the streets are still bad. Like for me, like for instance, for me, I had to call out of work this Tuesday, the Tuesday that just passed, because the streets were still bad, and I know they was probably extremely short staffed that day. But you gotta understand, like it's hard, and for a lot of us, we take the metro to go into DC where we work at, and if those rails, some of those train lines are on the outside, so they were affected by that. If those train lines, if those rail lines are not clear, them trains are not going anywhere. And like Miss Nisi said, it was a lot of ice. Like it started off as snow, and then it's turned into sleet like the remainder of the storm. It did the sleet thing more than it did the snow thing. If it had just stayed as snow the whole storm, it would have been a little bit easier to maneuver and to, plow and shovel and everything like that. I still see people whose cars are still surrounded by the ice. Like they have not moved their cars since last Saturday. Because the storm came in that Saturday night and all day Sunday and ended around early Monday morning.
And just when you thought the train suffered, no, the metro, the MTA subway suffered too, because the rail between Mondawmin to Ricestown Road Plaza is cut. One of the trains actually got stuck on there, and they're still trying to do work to take care of that. So that's one part of the public transit out of commission. And the buses, if you don't get to and fro at a certain time, you may have to wait 2 hours before another one comes.
Yeah,
and that
was another thing. We wasn't trying to, like, the metro line was running on a weekend schedule, meaning that the trains and the buses come like every 15 minutes instead of like the weekday where they run like every 6 minutes. Sometimes longer than 15 minutes. Like sometimes you might be waiting there almost 30 minutes, for a train or a bus on the weekend. But with this, not only are you competing with a weekend schedule, but you're also dealing with this ice. And then on the train, that's when they do a lot of their moderations, because it's not the weekday, there's not rush hour, so not a lot of people are on the train on the Saturday and Sunday. So that's when they do their maintenance work, which means there's a lot of single tracking, which also causes delays.
Yep, and just to show how bad it got, yesterday I saw construction trucks and bobcats plowing where the plows refused to, and really had to move, like create a path for bus stops for people who do take the bus to really get on without risking, walking the streets and possibly slipping on some residual ice.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone out there, if you gotta go to work, go, and once you're done, you do leave as safely and as soon as you can, and try not to get stuck out there, because single degree weather is not for the faint of heart.
It isn't.
I could attest to that. I literally had to sleep in my socks last night. That's how cold I got after coming back in from work. But from aside of that, have you been seeing a lot of the teaser Avengers Doomsday trailers?
I saw them.
Thoughts?
The X-Men one was my favorite one.
Yeah, and how ironic that arguably the most anticipated movie of 2026 don't come out till Christmas season.
My most anticipated movie of the year comes out in April.
Oh, right, Michael. Yes.
And I
You
think
know what? Let me say.
I think they said that the official trailer is supposed to drop next week. I said they're either gonna drop it. There's two places they could drop this. They can either drop it tomorrow during the Grammys, or they can just wait and drop it the following Sunday during the Super Bowl.
It would be nice if
it's gonna fall between that. So it's gonna fall between tomorrow and the following Sunday.
I already saw clips of Michael online, and I'm like, yes, that'll probably be the other movie I will come out of my hibernation to go to a theater and see.
Yeah.
Really, and just to backtrack on the few times I've been up here, I said the last movie I saw in theaters was Endgame. No, the last movie I saw in theaters for real before Sinners came out was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. After that, I did not go to a movie.
Yeah, I haven't been to the movies. The last movie I went and saw was Avatar: Fire and Ash. That was the last movie I saw in theaters, but I probably won't be in a theater again until probably sometime next month. Well, February's practically here, but that's probably going to be the next time that I'm gonna be inside of a theater.
Right.
But I'm gonna be honest, like Netflix has been dropping some heat. So I was watching His and Hers, which was really good. And there's some other things on there that I would like to. I want to watch The Rip because people said that was good. So it's some stuff on there that I'll check out.
Me being an anime enthusiast, I need to finish Splinter Cell Deathwatch. That's based on the Splinter Cell game franchise.
Mm-hmm.
The premise of it looks promising, so it's like, I'm gonna finish that, then look at what you just described, His and Hers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Michael trailer. Really, if I do watch the Super Bowl, it'll just be for the movie trailers. I really don't care much for the sports.
Yeah, it's not like last year's Super Bowl was like everything about that was just like really good. I mean, with the teams that were playing, of course, I want the Eagles to win, and they did. I mean, they demolished Kansas City, and then you had Kendrick and SZA do the halftime show, so that was really it was like. That one was one to watch. I'm not a Bad Bunny fan, but I mean, kudos to those who love him. But for me, I probably won't watch it. Most likely, I won't watch it. But I'm there. I'm looking forward, like you said, towards the trailers and stuff like that. That's really what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me up.
No problem.
I hope to be at the next one, and work has been driving me crazy, but the lives you do, I'm gonna do my best to catch when I have some downtime.
All right, no problem. Thanks for coming up. Shout out to Joseph for coming up. And before I bring up the next person, I think I got 2 super chats. Shout out to DeMarcus for the 5. He said, "Have y'all seen Moses the Black movie? I actually love the movie. I heard of it. I never seen it. I know I have not watched it, but I know it does have a pretty interesting cast. I wouldn't say a stat cast, but it has an interesting cast that's in it. That might be one of the things I'm gonna have to check out when it comes on streaming. And yes, I'm seeing some people who are putting RIP Grady DeMond Wilson. Yes, I actually posted it up on my my community post. The actor who played Lamont Sanford on Sanford and Son, he passed away this morning. That came out around around 5 o'clock this morning. And I just happened to be scrolling on Threads and I saw it and I posted it here. Also, the actress Catherine O'Hara, she passed away yesterday. If y'all don't know who she is, she's famously known for playing Kevin's mother on Home Alone. And a few years ago, John Hurd, who played his father, he passed away. So yeah, she was also on the most recent season of The Last of Us, which was not a good season. She was in the Beetlejuice movie, and she was also in the show called Schitt's Creek. But I never watched it, but I know a lot of people who did watch it and said it was a good show and they loved her character. So RIP to her. And also shout out to Mahako for the $10 super chat. He said, "Thank you for all you do, Tori, and be careful to you and everyone in the chat with these protests everywhere. Safe travels, B1. I appreciate you." And also shout out to DeMarcus again. He said, "Who y'all got in a versus, the game or K-Dot?" Definitely K-Dot. That's just me. But shout out to you. And yes, Miss Nisi, Miss Nisi, you probably got a countdown on your phone when Cross comes back on the 11th. Let me see, what day is the 11th on? That is a Wednesday. I am very much so looking forward to it. I thoroughly enjoyed the first season. I'll probably recap the season again like I did with the first season, you know, watch all the episodes and then do like a live about it like I did with the first season. All right, but let me bring up my next person. Cosima, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, before I start, hey, Miss Nisi, I know you. I just making sure you know that the rookie moved to Monday, and this coming episode 4 is coming back for an episode, which is good. But let me get started on, man, this whole situation. Let me tell you what happened, how I feel about the whole situation with Ice. My thing is, I just wanted, and we got to just keep driving the home, all of us. It's not our fight, but get why every time, I need to understand this. I need us to keep asking the question, why do they always want us out there to be the crash out? And I feel that it's because what happened to Creddy and what happened to Good. They don't want that to happen. They want it to be us. And then they want to spin the narrative that we are the ones out there acting a fool. See, that person, that black person there is always protesting. They always protesting and something always end up happening to them. This is why I'm saying more than ever, stay your asses at home. Because the Latinos try to do it to us. Now, they trying to do it to us again. With this whole thing with Ice, we've told you guys for years, stop fighting for adjacency to whiteness and see the shit for what it really was, and then go back and do your history, understand what we helped you do, be it directly or indirectly. They don't want to do that. They only want to call on us when shit gets rough. And they need a distraction. We're not going to be that distraction no more. And yeah, that's what I got to say about that situation. My second thing is the storm. I'm going to tell you this now, people. Yesterday, call came in. A man in his wheelchair, a few blocks from my house, was found frozen to death outside his backyard.
Oh,
That
wow.
means he was gone since this blizzard happened Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Wow.
He probably, I think he had a lot of, he was an elderly man, had a lot of history of probably a lot of health history, smoked, probably went outside to do something on his own in a wheelchair, couldn't make it back inside because of the blizzard. And they found him sitting next to his wheelchair and they just basically, he was frozen solid.
That's crazy. Like when you say frozen solid, you mean like, and I'm trying to like use a scenario. You mean think at the end of The Shining?
Yes. I was about to say frozen solid. So people like God knows how many other people since the cold weather came in this area. I mean, since the cold weather came in, New York City, which I'm right across the water from, 5 people were already found frozen to death before the snow even hit. So God knows how many they're gonna probably dig out as time goes on. And they're using that melting method that I wish they used here in Jersey City. Because I knew Mayor ain't hitting on shit. He need to really get his head in the game. I didn't like Fulop, but still though, you the new alternative. You should have these streets clean or that by now.
Yeah.
Use that same method, something. But yeah, I'm telling people like if you have loved ones out there, make sure they ain't one of the 34. Because there's been 34 deaths due to the storm alone.
That's
34.
crazy.
But that pales in comparison to years ago with the ice storms in Texas. What that claim? 200 something lives?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, and guess how many they talked about on the news back then that I heard about? Maybe 5. Maybe 5 deaths I heard about. And guess who put me on? They were like, no, baby, more people died. The wrestler Thunder Rosa, I was talking to her backstage about because she lived there. I was like, yeah, I heard about 5 people died. She's like, no, baby, more than that died. And then I didn't realize it was 200 something people.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I'm just telling y'all, we got problems with ICE in more ways than one, metaphorically and physically. So everybody stay safe, man. And thank you for having me up, Tori.
No problem. Shout out to Cosmo for coming up. Yeah, but that storm we got this past Sunday was no joke. And like I said, it's still mountains of ice piled up on the side. Like, you know how it's even to the point where like people have to like take wide turns in order to make their turns. You know, sometimes you can take a sharp turn, but because it's piled up and it's starting to spill out to the street, you have to take a wide turns in order to not run up onto the ice. Then, you know, some of the ice is plowed up only so far on the side that you can't even walk on the sidewalk. So you have to walk on the street. Then you have to be wary that cars are coming. And then some of the ice is covering another lane. So now some of the lanes that are 2 lanes are now single lanes in these residential neighborhoods. So they have to do the stop and go thing. Luckily, where I'm at, it's not a lot of people that drive up and down that street, because if it was, it would be like traffic. Then you got people that are parked on the side that you got to be wary of too when you're trying to get past them, that you don't sideswipe them. So yeah, the streets are still bad. So like I was telling Ms. Nisi when she was up here, it's going to take for the weather to break. Like she said, it's going to have to get into the 40s and 50s for it to start melting and not refreeze. But that won't happen until March. We still got, technically, spring does not kick in until like March 21st, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 2020, one of the two. So you're talking almost an additional 2 months, about a month, almost 2 months before spring officially kicks in. We still got a whole month and a half of winter left. I really don't count the winter month, March, a winter month per se, because that's when the transitional period is happening. But February, we don't know what February is going to bring. Chad says snow was knee deep in Pittsburgh with ice underneath. I have family in Pittsburgh. And they were telling me that the snow was really bad up there. You know, Pittsburgh, that's like in the mountain. That's practically sitting on hills. But let me bring up my next person. Pam Bondi is a terrible attorney general. I can agree to that, but I would say that about the majority of that cabinet. What's going on? If you're there, we cannot hear you, and your mic is not muted. And this is not KG, by the way, y'all. This isn't. They had their camera on, but they turned it off. Okay, so I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was a technical error or what, but maybe they can come back in. Samuel, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Torian? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, first off, I want to say, Torian, thoughts and prayers to, everybody that's dealing with this really bad weather. Me being from Cleveland, Ohio, relocating to the Carolinas, I'm used to this all the way to the middle of April. That's how much it snows in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And, down here in the Carolinas, Torian, they will literally shut down everything and buy up every single loaf of bread that you can think of down here just for a few flurries. It's really not that bad down here, but it's I can manage just from being from the Northeast myself.
Yeah, I remember when I was an undergrad in college, because I went to college in South Carolina, and I remember it had snowed down there. I want to say it was maybe my junior year. It was probably like that January. I can't remember exactly what, but I think it was my junior year. Or maybe my sophomore year, I can't remember. And it had snowed down in South Carolina like I was back at home. I was like, I got away from home to get away from the snow. And mind you, this was
exactly, Tori.
Exactly. Mind you, this was like around 09-ish. It had to be around 09. And if it was 09, then it had to be my sophomore year going into my junior year. And it snowed, and classes ended up being canceled the next day because it was some precipitation with that snow. It wasn't like flurries or anything like that. Like, these were some thick flakes that were coming out of the sky, and the temperature got really low. it started sticking to the ground and the grass. And where we was at, I was in an off-campus apartment, so we had to like get on those shuttles quick so they didn't get stuck or like start sliding, because it was some distance between us and the campus, and we had to get back to the apartment when we because it was at night when it happened. When we woke up the next day, it was still snowing, and it was snow everywhere. Like you could not see the parking lot, you couldn't see the sidewalk, you couldn't see the bushes. Like it was snow everywhere. You would have thought that we was in a cabin in the mountains somewhere.
Well, Torian, being from Northeast Ohio, like I said, Cleveland, which is damn near like, across the Toronto border, I mean, it's pretty much normal for us. I mean, we would literally still go out. Like we would still like going to work, going to school. And sometimes as little kids, we used to love going up to the hills, doing our tobogganings and things like that. We will find something to do. That's how a lot of Clevelanders have that mentality of, if it's not something for us to do, we'll find something for us to do. And it was a good way for, a lot of the kids that wanted to make money to go shovel up driveways and stuff like that. It would be like maybe 5, 6 of us all pitch in on a bag of salt, get some shovels, and we finna get out here and hustle and make some money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, after this month, Torian, of January, all I can say is December here yet? Yeah, but on more positive things, Torian, entertainment wise, how do you feel about Hill Harper and Kelly McCreary being added on to the Power Origins spinoff that's coming on?
Kelly McCreary, who was that? I'm trying to think of who that is.
She was on Greg's Anatomy. She was the black woman I think she was like married to
See, I didn't watch Grey's Anatomy.
Okay. But she was on other things. When you see her, you'll be like, oh, okay. And Hill Harper's going to be on there too.
Oh, that's good. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't watch the last season of Force. My favorite spinoff is Raising Kanan, so I'm waiting for that to come back. My Stars has been off since that season ended last year, and I'm not turning it back on until that comes back on.
Yeah, but Torian, like when you look at like these shows, like the Raising Kanans and then the Snowfalls, and then we talked about like the Snowfall spinoff is going to be set in the 90s. It's just amazing how like the millennials and like a lot of the mid to late 80s babies, how we've aged, and it's like you can literally remember things, Torian, from the 90s that you still remember like it happened yesterday.
Now you notice too, like how they'll do like period piece. Back then, like in the 90s, a lot of period pieces was like in the 50s and stuff like 60s, that.
Yeah.
Now the period pieces are from, like you said, the late 80s, the 90s. Now I've even seen period pieces from the early 2000s. That's right. What makes me feel old, because when the early 2000s, for me, that was me leaving out, because I left out of elementary school in 2000. In May of 2000, I was done with elementary school. Then from 2000 to 2003, that was my middle school years. And then from 03 to 07 was my high school years. And from 07 to 2011 were my college years.
Yeah.
So when I see period pieces on the 2000s, that makes me feel old. There's an Instagram page that I follow. His name is Josh Bracey. And he does like mixes and stuff like that. And the mixes are really good, but he also posts up footage that people record from like back in the day, like the 90s, late 80s, the early 2000s. He posted up a video yesterday that made me feel so old. And he was like, how old were y'all in high school in 2006? Because now it officially, from 2006 to 2026, that officially marks 20 years. And I'm like, in 2006, I was 17, well, getting ready to turn 17, and I was a junior in high school.
Oh, wow, Torian. I had graduated that year. Well, I was actually supposed to graduate in 05, but I'm the class of 06 because I missed a couple credits and things like that. But, I was literally like in my late teens, going into my early 20s, during that time. And like I said, and it's funny how even like how trends from the 80s kind of were coming back in the 2000s. It's crazy how like our 2000 trends are coming back in this time, but like a lot of the Zennials and Generation Alphas and things like that. And
Yeah.
it's like we were wearing that stuff in like the 2000s. It's like you guys are just now getting hip to that. Yeah, but also Torian, I'm gonna leave on this note, and I wanted to know if you saw the video. They found the video of the rap video that Candace Owens was in.
I think you had mentioned that, but I didn't go like I don't know if I looked at it or
Yeah.
not. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, remember they had found that she was a part of some kind of model agency or something like that, some online modeling agency or something like that. And they found it years ago. It might still be there for all I know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's still there. That's still there, Torian. In the video that Candace was in, I think it was Young. You remember the singer Young Steph that he was signed to Rockefeller and Dame Dash? It was his video, and it's clear as day. If you the video, I think it's called either professional or promotional or something. And if you go to the timeline 314, you can clearly see that's Candace, and she's not even denying it.
Hey, I mean, if it's there and it's her, then I mean, what is there to deny? I mean, I guess because they probably figure like someone with her in the position she is now, they would figure that she would try to deny it, just like when people throw in about the NAACP, she doesn't deny that either, because I mean, we saw the picture, like that's clearly you.
Right, and that's clearly her in the video. And I don't know, Tori, like when you see a lot of these black conservative pundits, when they try to, go back or try to defend like their previous positions and things like that, but then always try to say, well, I found, God and all this, and I had my awakening, and it's like, what's your take on that?
Huh?
I mean, like when they get vetted, and this is discovered about them, but then now they have these real strong, deep conservative outlooks and perspectives on things now like that, Torian. Don't you always feel like that's still being some form of disingenuine? Because you are
definitely,
because you are still of the age to know that I don't need to do this.
It's a cop out, definitely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, if they weren't like that before, then we know what they're using it for now. I remember one time when I kid you not, when I was in college, someone tried to use God and religion to get themselves out of an ass whooping.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I would never. I had forgot about it until you brought this up, and then it just like triggered back in my into my brain. And the crazy part about it is he's lucky he did it because it actually worked. He's very lucky because the person who wanted to fight him was deeply religious. I'm not gonna say deeply religious, but they were religious themselves, but they were actually they actually practiced it. They weren't just saying it. And that's what stopped them. He said when he told me that, I said, wow. And I think it was my roommate at the time that told me that. It was my roommate that wanted to fight him because he was doing some shicey stuff. But yeah. Yeah.
But my thing is, God would have told you don't do any shicey stuff like that. And that sounds like some shit, Torian, that probably Bryson Gray or Corey Yeshua would try to do if somebody was getting ready to land an ass whooping on them or run up on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm gonna let you go, Torian. I'm gonna let the next person go. All right. B1.
B1. All right. Shout out to Samuel for coming up. I think King Stark might have his stuff together now. He had to drop down. I guess it was a technical issue, but hopefully he has it together now. Are you good now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I had to get in the kit. I had to get in Gravity's intro today.
Okay. I mean, you're not wrong with the caption. I mean, she definitely is, but like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you heard it. I said that can go for the entire cabinet, especially that Kristi Noem. I told somebody yesterday, I said, you know how Pinocchio, every time he lies, his nose grows? I said every time Kristi Noem lies, her Botox injections leak.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, bless y'all with the bad weather, because the weather's been equally just as bad up here. Like,
where you located?
Missouri.
Okay, yeah, I can believe it.
It's been cold. Like, yeah, it's been real cold, and we've got snow, but nowhere near as bad as y'all though.
So y'all didn't get any ice?
No, my
Well,
sister.
consider yourself very lucky.
Yeah, my sister lives in Texas, and they got ice, real bad.
Yeah, I heard that Texas got hit pretty hard.
And you heard about Ted Cruz and how he left?
Oh yeah, well yeah, like 2 years ago, I remember when he did that. He ain't gonna pull the same stunt twice, and then gonna try. He gonna try to hide behind his mask, and that didn't even shield him. Someone said, "Wait a minute, aren't you Ted Cruz?" I mean, you left your state when they were in the middle of a huge weather crisis to get on a plane to go to a warm climate, not in the States, might I add. You was trying to basically flee and almost did. And it was like, wait a minute, Ted Cruz, your state is going through something right now and you should be there, and you want to just take up and leave. And then was going, I think to my knowledge, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't he going by himself? Like he didn't even have his family with him. Like he went by himself, to my knowledge. I said, Ted Cruz, I said typical.
And then this time he went to Cali.
Oh, so he did it again.
Yeah, and he fled to Cali.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he did it. I didn't know he did it this time too.
Yeah, and he fled to Cali. But this time he can't blame his children. He can't blame his children this time. It's like, dude, y'all Republicans is just a mess. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
All right, appreciate you coming up. Shout out to King Star for coming up. Yeah, I didn't know Ted Cruz did it a second time. Like I said, I knew about the first time when he was trying to leave the country, but now he went and did it again and went to California. Man, oh my God. Like I said, I cannot take these politicians seriously. I just can't. All right, Mansa Musa, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Wait, say something?
Can you hear me?
Your volume is kind of low.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you on a Bluetooth?
I'm on. I got headphones on. That's the crazy part. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
It's a little better, but it sounds like it's almost like you sound like this. The quality is clear, but it sounds like you're far away though.
God damn, I got headphones on. What type of nut ass shit? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
I might have to come back up. Hold on, let me see. Come on, nigga. There we go. Can you hear me?
Okay, that's much better. That's much better.
I was trying to wear some headphones. I guess it ain't work. It is what it is. Man, what's going on?
Sometimes when it comes to headphones and StreamYards, they don't
mix,
work
apparently.
Well. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Are you also on your phone too?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. That's
why. That's why I was asking. Are you using wireless headphones?
No, I wasn't using wireless. What I got is I'm on the iPhone, so I got the headphone adapter for 3.5 millimeter, and I was using that on my phone.
Okay,
but I guess I ain't switch over. I don't know. It's something. I don't know. It is what it is. What's going on, man?
I'm doing good. Trying to stay warm.
Yeah, same here. Baltimore got hit with all that.
You
know
just
DMV got hit.
You like right up the road.
Yeah, you know DMV got hit with it, especially in Maryland.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I came out of work yesterday, and guess what I ran into?
What's that?
ICE protest. Right outside, literally. As soon as I left the job, they right outside the shit.
I think they were supposed to be doing some protests around or near my job yesterday too, because they had sent an email to us, but I didn't see them unless they was on another side of the building that I didn't have to leave out of. But they said that's an email they sent us yesterday, but I didn't see them. I didn't hear them either.
Yeah, excuse me, I was yawning. Yeah, because as soon as I walked out the job, they all right there talking about BPD, KKK, IDF, you're all the same. I said, oh, word, that's crazy. Then sitting there with all their signs, and it looked all crazy. I was like, oh, man, I wish the best for you. 18 degrees out this motherfucker. I'm not staying out here. See you later. What the fuck is wrong with you? 21 degrees. Y'all talking about fuck ice. Yeah. Fuck ice. Yeah, and fuck this ice outside too. I'm going in the house. Fuck wrong with you? You know, yeah. I send my support to you niggas while you still outside. Yeah. Aside from all that, actually, I have video footage of that, so I might put that in the Discord so people can see. It's for like a minute long or some change, but nonetheless, it's been a very strange introduction to 2026 so far. Would you say so yourself?
I would agree.
I put in the chat that Michael 5,000 watts passed today. I don't know if that was today or I just saw.
I think that was like a couple days ago.
It was a couple days ago. Okay, all right. Well,
yeah.
I think I want to say official Fox 26 Houston. They posted that. That was on Facebook. So you know, apparently he passed away. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Michael 5,000 watts. He passed away. Other than that, ICE is on a rampage. And
I remember I told y'all that like what I believe was going to happen. I said that a couple weeks ago. I think I had said it after the Renee Good situation. I said the foundation of them was going after illegal immigrants, but now with what's recently happened, I said it's about to turn into something else, or it's turning into something else. Actually, I think it's turning into what they always wanted it to be anyway. The mask or the veil was just going after illegal immigrants, but now we're seeing that it's turning into what they want it to be.
It's turning on itself is what it is. It's kind of like how you get those individuals, white individuals, who be on YouTube talking about the government all the time. I think it's turning to what that is when they always talk about prepare yourselves against the government and they're going to flip on you. Like, bro, people been putting videos out about this since like what, the 80s, even the 60s. Actually, I want to say the 60s, 70s,
and also
the 80s,
and also the whole thing talking about like black people going to be next. I'm like, we were first. What are you talking about? We going to be next?
Who you get right? Next of what? Next in line for what? Abuse that we've been suffering before it came to the front door.
And the fact that they're even saying that means that they know what we've been going through, but they didn't want to talk about it. But now you want to bring it up because it happened to two white people. This reminds me of that line in
That's the kicker, though.
That reminds me of that line in Scary Movie. I think it was Scary Movie 3. It was the part where Brenda, of course, who was played by Regina Hall, where she said, when she was talking about this little girl in the TV, she says black people that she said black people get killed by the police every single day, but now the world want to go crazy when one little white girl fall down the hole. That was also a reference. That was also a reference to a story that actually did happen, that actually put CNN in the prominence back in. This was before probably either me or you were born, but it was in the 80s. Where it was a little white girl. She had fell down a well, and she had been there for hours. Yeah, she had been there for hours, and CNN was a budding company at the time. Like, it was starting to emerge. It was like the new kid on the block, and they covered that story, and that's the story that propelled them into prominence. And now here they are now.
Right. Talking about nut ass. Yeah, I don't know if you remember seeing that one thing. They did like a little half.
Are you still there?
Documentary about Sharia's. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It kind of like went out a little bit, but you back now.
Oh, all right, my bad. But I don't know if you heard about that little half-ass documentary they did on CNN talking about Sharia's law and all that. So that was like years ago. It was like almost like 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. But it was almost like they was openly attacking Muslim people for like, damn, CNN, that's how you moving? I was like, yeah, all right. You're supposed to be a trusted news source, but you can't trust none of these niggas. That and the fact that and that's the kicker. It's like we've been telling you about black people, specifically Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, if I could use that term. We've been telling y'all about like what's been going on as far as like how the American system treats other American citizens, specifically when it comes to us. If they're treating us like this, and it's on a wave that's like it's detrimental to our health, to our livelihoods, to everything.
Yeah.
What do you think they're gonna do when they turn to you? It's gonna be 10 times
That's
worse.
that's why I said that nonsense that Nick Fuentes had said a couple weeks ago, and I had talked about it when he was saying it was a clip when he was when Piers Morgan was interviewing him, and Piers Morgan had pulled that clip where he said we need to get rid of, he said, I know he said black people, he said Jews, and he said another group, but he said that if we got rid of all of them, then we could live in harmony, or we could live in a utopia. I said, y'all just now have not one but two dead white Americans on your hands at the hands of white people in the same state, in the same time frame. And this is the utopia. I said, this is just a taste right here of what could continue to go on. They keep thinking that if they got rid of us, that somehow they're going to live in harmony. I said, I highly doubt that, because if you look throughout history, y'all been doing this against each other for a very, very long time before you even encountered us.
Have you forgotten the Salem witch trials? Is that not the very thing that? Have you forgotten about that? Like, have y'all forgotten the fuck weed for a second? Have y'all forgotten about the Salem witch trials?
They try to bring out the what's the watch, the watch, the one with the chain attached to it, and try to hypnotize people.
Oh, not the grandfather clock, the pocket watch kind of thing.
The pocket watch. They try to hypnotize you. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, have y'all forgot about your own history? Spanish Inquisition and all that shit, like the bubonic plague. Have y'all forgotten about all that? Have y'all forgot about this? The Salem witch trials is a very like, that one right there. It sits with me the most because of what y'all were doing. Y'all went overboard in the Salem witch trials. That right there should have been a very open like thing for y'all to even be like, hold on. So y'all out here doing each other dirty over who is a witch and who isn't. And then y'all will falsely accuse each other of being witches. So y'all was eliminating yourselves even then. So it's like, what do you want us to do? Because there were no black people around doing the Salem witch trial. And if there were, the numbers were very low. It was like 2-3 black people around there. And even then, they probably didn't stay for too long because it was like, oh, y'all niggas is crazy. All right, it's time for us to go. Because y'all killing each other over, y'all taking each other out over just pure like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like accusatory terms of being witches. And like, you don't know who's a witch, you don't know who's this, you don't know who's that. If somebody did something that seemed just out of the norm, you're a witch. You can cook, that's witchery. What the fuck? You wash clothes efficiently? That's witchery. What the fuck? What are you talking about? You can start a fire without 2 sticks? That's witchery. Witch. What the fuck is going on? You guys are strange. Y'all was doing the most. It almost damn near paled in comparison to like other atrocities, like because y'all was burning each other at the stake like constantly. So it's like we just gotta look at history when it comes to things like this. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about black people, nothing about what we've been doing, none of that nonsense. When you got clear history, historical points, and that we can just take a look back at them. Like, you sure you want to bring that up? I mean, you sure? Because even with the things with the suffragettes and all that, like what y'all was doing when it comes to white women votes and all that, like what y'all was doing to each other just pales almost. I'm not even gonna say almost, but it does pale in comparison to what's happening now. I will say that, as far as that is concerned. Now, there's probably other things that's way more devious, but as far as like, at least for right now, I'm not going to compare the two as that like it's even worse or not, but it was definitely a lot more devious back then how y'all was acting. So it's only gonna come full circle, as far as I'm concerned. But what a year so far, you know. I wonder if somebody's going to keep up with the meme, you know. I don't know if you've seen that when people were like keeping timestamps on the months. They would make like pictures of what happened specific in that month. I don't know if you remember seeing that. So if somebody's still doing that, yeah, somebody's still doing that, put that shit up. I want to see where we are right now. It's a definite strange year start off to the year. And this is Trump's first year. We got a whole couple more years ago. This is Trump's literal first year being in office. So this is going to be very interesting to see. It's very interesting. Very interesting to see. Very interesting. I wanted Charlie to come to the ballroom. It's finally finished. It's finally done. Nicki Minaj was invited to the ballroom. She's there. Her husband can't come. He touches kids. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. We had to leave a couple people behind. They say they don't like Christy Nunn. I don't like her either. She's just a part of the cabinet. She needs to get paid some kind of way. I mean, but as far as everything is concerned, the president, I'm back in business. We're back in business. Don't worry about Greenland. Greenland, we'll talk to Greenland shortly. Possibly they'll give up their land without having to do too much, but we'll see. Well, other than that, man, we're just going to see how the year unfolds. Just going to see how the year unfolds. With that,
month two is on the way.
Month 2 is on the way. And listen, as far as the snow is concerned, that frozen ice, the equinox for spring may start March 21st, but spring don't really kick in until like mid-April. So we might not see none of this snow melt, at least before like early April, early to mid-April. So you still might see snow. You still might see snow, but it's gonna go down. It'll go down over time. So we got some time. We got some time. It's getting very interesting. The year starting off interesting. So I'm just gonna have to see how it goes. Maybe the next sound off, we'll see what happens in February. So with that being said, I'm gonna exit out. B1.
Shout out to Mansa Musa for coming up. Next up, we got Trey. What's going on?
What's going on, Torian? How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, man. I really wanted to talk about a couple months ago on TikTok how people were posting about black fatigue this, black fatigue that. And now, you know, people have questions as far as why are we staying home, relaxing? Why are we putting up emojis about we're on the couch eating popcorn? And my thing is, you didn't want us. You told us we complain too much. You told us that, you know, we need to just get over racism and we just need to just comply. So why don't you feel that way when it comes to Renee Good and or Alex Preddy? Why didn't they just comply?
Well, going to the point where you talk about the black fatigue, they want, I think now, and it didn't dawn on me until you brought that up. I think now they want us out there because they need the content in order to talk about us. See, they know they can get a lot of content, a lot of engagement and views talking about us. Notice, like with some of I call them these black conservative grifters, they'll talk about us in situations where we're not even present. That's how you know a lot of them are starving for content to the point where they'll even start repeating some of the same thing that they already talked about months ago and they forgot about. But see, the thing is, they forgot about it because they talk about us so much. I just did the video the other day that Richard Spencer said that white supremacist content has become boring. It's become stale. It's become bland because it's like you already beat it. Now you're beating a dead horse. You've already drained the life out of it. It's nothing more to talk about. And it doesn't come off as genuine or anything like that. So they need us for content. And now they have to go. And if you notice, they literally, especially a lot of these conservatives who like to say they're America first, and they lying when they say that, they're going against their own logic, even with how this whole situation is being handled in Minneapolis.
Absolutely.
And they don't even realize it, or maybe they do, but because they are just going along to get along, they are just saying some of the most illogical things. Like going back to what I was said about Christy Noem. You know, initially with the whole Alex Preddy situation, she tried to say all, you know, it was justified. You know, they even tried to say he was a domestic terrorist and everything like that. What happened a couple days later? This woman came out and said, well, you know what? In my initial report, I did get some things wrong. I said, Christy, you got more than some things wrong. You got a lot of things wrong. Some would argue you got everything wrong.
Absolutely. It's like the late elder, Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. said, white supremacy takes both sides of the argument. So
And right
that's
now it's taking the other side.
absolutely. And my thing is, I did want to challenge one thing you said. I agree with most of your talking points, but when you said we were first, whenever the immigrants talk about, oh, you guys are next, I want to challenge that and say we're always now. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that, you know, ICE is targeting them at this moment. At the end of the day, their sport, this sport of white supremacy, is to always keep its hold on Black melanated people in America, Black Americans specifically. So my thing is, oh, you know, you guys are next. No, we're always now. It's just that you guys are finally getting a taste of it. Now you have an issue because again, when Breonna Taylor lost her life, when Sandra Brand lost her life, when Tamir Rice lost his life, you guys didn't care. You guys, you know, it's just like business as usual. You know, these Black people just complain. But now that your babies are being snatched up real time, and that's the thing, it's the Latinos that are doing it to themselves. 80% of Homeland Security plus the ICE agents are, if not YT, then they are Latino. So you guys voted for Donald Trump, and now you guys are locking up your own relatives that asked for this. So why do you want us to join you? For what?
Exactly.
You know, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not putting a whole race or group of people in a category, but I know for a fact, because I got Afro Latino blood in me, and I know for a fact a lot of them don't fool with Black people. You know what I mean? They discriminate with the colorism. You know, so at the end of the day, you want Black people for what? So you could use them? Come on, man. Black people we smarter than that, and we realize what's going on. So that's all I wanted to. That's all I wanted to say, man.
Appreciate you coming up. Shout out to Trey for coming up. And also, before I bring the next person up, because I only have 2 people left, if y'all see the link in the chat, don't click it. Only these are the last 2 people that are coming up. These are the last 2 people. So we're going to start off with Xavier. What's going on?
Hey, Brother Torian, B1, my brother.
B1.
And B1 to everyone in the chat. It's been a while. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping warm.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, I mean, I am, you know, but you know, I got to go out sometime. As a matter of fact, when I get off of here, I'm going to be actually heading out. So, yeah, I got to go deal with the cold anyway.
Man, yeah, everyone stay safe out there because it's crazy. I wanted to talk about this craziness I just heard of. Did you hear about Trump wanting to arrest Obama?
He's been saying that for years.
No, but I think now he's actually he actually told Pam Bondi to try and arrest the man, like for real. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he pulls that off.
Wait, hold on right quick, Xavier. Jonathan, yeah. I know that you just came up, but I don't know if you missed what I had just said, but I had to boot you from the queue because I said that it's only 2 people up here left that's going to talk, and you probably missed it. So you're going to have to catch me on the next live. Nothing personal, but after these last 2 get through, I actually do have to head out. So no one, just in case another PSA to anyone who might have missed it when I just said it. No, if you see the link in the chat, do not click it because I'm not going to let you come up. All right, you go ahead.
Yeah. No, I just heard about the whole Willie D talked about it. I saw it on a video a few minutes ago before I came on. How Trump actually told Pat Bondi to go out and try to arrest Obama, and I'm like, damn, these guys. Trump is as petty as can be. Trump has had it in for that man since.
Hold on. Okay, you go ahead. For some reason, your sound got kind of muffled. It sounded like you was going through the matrix at first.
Oh, my bad. I think it was the microwave. Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, so like Trump has had it in for Obama for a very long time, and I think he's gonna try everything he can to get all his enemies at like in this term he's in, because this is probably the only shot he has to get one in over Obama. You know that joke Obama told at the what's that press dinner they usually have every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one shot Obama took at Trump. He's never let that go. After all these years, he's never let that go out. So the man is out for blood. I don't know how it's gonna work, but
I think it's also I also think it's because of that Nobel Peace Prize thing too.
oh
I think
yeah,
he has
that
he has a lot of resentment for that. I said all the time that he's spending going after Obama, parading Nicki Minaj around like a lost stray.
like a show pony. Yeah,
He needs to be trying to propel and push his. You know, his wife got a whole documentary out right on Amazon, and they
Yeah,
said
no one's
that
watching it.
I know they said that thing had a budget of $75 million and only made $7 million. I'm surprised it even made that much. But they
Oh
said
man,
they said it had one of the worst openings in movie history.
I
But like I
mean the
said,
fact that they yeah the I mean the
well,
fact
I
that
don't
they
even
had
know they even made a
Mhm.
documentary for her. I'm like, for what? What has she done?
For what reason? What has she done exactly? I mean, honestly, it's so funny you mentioned that because I saw a screenshot. I don't know how real it is, but apparently there were no tickets sold. They didn't sell a single ticket before, like I think before the premiere. Like it was that bad. Like nobody wants to go see this shit. And why would you think anyone would want to go see it? Right now? This administration is probably like the most hated one since I don't know forever. Like they do not like him. You know, even his own supporters are starting to turn against him. So it's
I
really
would argue
weird
and
that
say
he's
I would
taking.
argue and say his wife probably don't like him either.
Oh no, she been hating him for a while. His cheating ass. She's just in it for the money. And that's obvious. So I
Mhm.
mean, at the end of the day, I feel absolutely nothing for these people. The Obama thing, I really want to see how that plays out because
Yeah.
you know they've never actually arrested a president sitting or you know out of office. So this should be a really because you know the thing about MAGA people is they forget that whatever happens to one side eventually will happen to them.
Oh yeah,
So
listen, their time will be up, and I have a feeling that if KG is right, it's going to be when the midterms come, and that's in
oh yeah.
November. So
Hmm.
we'll see what's going to happen. I have a feeling that they going to crash out. They had their fun, you know, they had their time, but eventually, you
Hmm.
know, like the house of cards, it will fall.
It definitely, yeah, absolutely, 100%. And that would be an interesting sight to see because they feel invincible now, and I don't get why because you're basically failing at everything else. You're not none of your policies are making people's lives any better or making people happy, and then you're just spreading pain and misery everywhere you go. So I don't know why you're doing victory laps. Like it doesn't make any sense. But again, white supremacy has never really made any sense. So yeah, that's. Anyways, I just wanted to come out and shout out to everybody and say
All
stay
right,
warm and stay safe
all right. Appreciate
and
you coming up.
yeah, be one.
B1. Shout out to Xavier. Denzimus, you are up. You are the last person.
Oh, what's up? What's up? How your day going, bro?
I'm doing good.
Ah, that's good. That's good. I just got off work. I'm about to enjoy myself for the rest of the day with work and all that. So I'm so glad to come back on this live. I almost forgot that you had it, but I'm here. So, but yeah, I want to say, as far as Bitcoin tends go, he needs
Wait,
to.
hold on. It sounds like you're kind of muffled a little bit. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, it's like, are you driving?
Yeah, I'm on a bus.
Okay, that's why.
I'm on a bus. I'm gonna make it quick because I'm going into it something anyway. But Mr. Fuentes, he needs to sit down before he gets certified. Number one, And as far as Mr. Lemonade goes, I seem to remember. You know how he was acting a fool when the whole Trayvon Martin, was it Trayvon Martin or Michael Brown? One of the two.
Mike Brown. Mike
Okay,
Brown.
yeah. I'll never forget how he was acting a fool during that situation. So, I just look at it as another tool being broken. He thought he was better than us, and you guys would wake up call. I can't even call it wake up call because he'll be back to doing the same stupid shit.
Wait a minute. Like your sound really sounds muffled. I can barely understand what you're saying.
Okay, hold on. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was you
No,
hold on?
I'm saying,
Hold on. Was you on a Bluetooth?
oh shit. I'm sorry.
I said, was you on a Bluetooth earlier? Because I can hear you better now. But were you on a
Yeah,
Bluetooth?
I bought some headphones. I turned them shits off.
Okay. Yeah, so you was basically going through the same thing Mansa Musa was, because his headphones had him sounding like he was far away, but then when he took them out, he was clear, and yours was all like you was going through water, like you was underwater, but then you fixed that, and now you sound so much better. So I think we're coming to the thing of, if you're gonna come up here, do not have those headphones on, because it's like StreamYard. I don't know if it's a StreamYard thing or whatever the case is.
Yeah, my bad. But I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna start over. Like I was saying, Mr. Fuentes, number one, he needs to have a talk. Let you shut the fuck up before he gets kirkified. Okay. You would have thought after that situation, these people would learn not to be talking all the ish that they talk, but I guess not. And number two, I was going to say, Mr. Pink Lemonade's ass needs to, he just got his wake up call. And then the last thing I was going to say is, okay, Trump, it's, I ain't gonna lie, I was rooting for him at first, but unfortunately, him and the Republicans, they're doing way too much. I'm still not going to get involved. At all. I'm not going to get involved with none of that crap. But it was funny at first, but now it's like you guys are doing too much. Like I don't know why they don't understand. Well, they don't. These white teacher supremacists, they don't have the foresight to understand that not just the midterm, but after this man gets out of office, everybody's going to dogpile their asses. So it's like, y'all I get that they want to be back in control and everything, because I try to understand their perspective, even though they're degenerates. They've been ruling for so long, and now they're seeing their little sad, pitiful world go away, and it's just they're doing everything they can to stop it. But now with all this little stuff that they keep doing with Trump and having them feeling bold and everything, they're just speeding up their downfall. So as you always say, Doreen, I feel nothing for him at all. So yeah, I want to say more, but considering the mic is just messed up, I'm gonna just leave it at that. So B1.
All right, y'all. I'm about to shut it down, Jonathan. I kept trying to tell you that I only had 2 more people left up here. I was actually trying to leave because it went over that amount of time. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. No, it's no offense, but I said that there was only 2 people left, and you came up like as soon as I was done saying that. But definitely be around for the next one. The next live, ironically, will be tomorrow. And shout out to everyone that came up and spoke today. Shout out to Watch TV, DeMarcus, Mahako for hitting the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. This is the Sound Off Saturday. We got another one in the books. Of course, the next one will be the last Saturday of February, which will be on the 28th. Which ironically is the last day of that month. The next live we will have will be tomorrow, which will be True Crime Sunday, the first True Crime Sunday of the month. I'm going to put that window up as soon as this live is over and done with, and y'all will see who that'll be on. Of course, the pre-show will be on here. It'll be at 10:40 a.m., and then we will watch the video over on Rumble because of copyright purposes. But with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Please stay warm. Definitely, especially if you're on the East Coast, it is extremely cold out here. If y'all live in the Carolinas, don't try anything. I know it is snowing or was snowing down there. Just stay home, stay warm, and all that good stuff. And of course, most importantly, be one. See y'all tomorrow.